Thanks everyone for joining us this morning. We've got Benjamin here from Bikeability Trust, who's going to talk about the new cycle savvy driving pilot that's been going out. So, Benjamin, if I hand control over to you in a second, just the usual things. If you've got any questions, pop them in the questions box, or if you just any chat can go in the chat box, and we'll come to questions at the end. So you should have control now, Benjamin, if you want to put your slides on.
I will share screen. Okay. Okay. Hopefully you can see my screen. So Tom and Howard, are you able just to confirm that you can see?
Yeah, we've got you in presenter mode as opposed to slideshow mode, but yeah, we can see you.
Okay, great. But you can see the slides as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, great, fantastic, thank you. Well, thank you, Tom and Howard, for letting me come on and talk about this exciting pilot. So I will just introduce myself. So my name is Benjamin Smith, and I work for the Bikeability Trust as head of development. Now, by the Bikeability Trust, our primary role is to administer cycle training for children in schools on behalf of the DFT, but we are involved in a few other projects as well. And the ADI Cyclist Awareness Pilot is one of those. And we've been very fortunate to work with the DIA on this one as a key partner who supported it in a lot of the sort of resource creation, which was excellent. And many thanks to Tom and Howard and previously Olivia on that. So this project has been quite long in the making. It was due to launch last year, but then because of COVID, we put it back a year for obvious reasons. But it was first announced by the Department of Transport in 2018 as part of the Cycling Walking Investment Strategy review, which I don't know how many of you are familiar with that, but maybe some of you are. But yeah, announced by sort of then Cycling Minister Jesse Norman. And so yeah, we've created this with a lot of help from the DIA and with a number of other partners, including individual ADIs, over the last couple of years into what we hope is a really helpful, interesting, practical and online course for ADIs and for learner drivers all around cycling and sharing the road with cyclists. Now, just to give you a bit of a sort of understanding around the project, it is a pilot project and it is evaluated. So we do need to understand the impact of it, whether it has impacts on attitudes of ADIs and whether it has and how we can improve it. So to that end, we're asking 4,000 ADIs at least to which is a number I worry about every day, to sign up at cyclesavvydriving.co.uk to register their details, take part in a baseline survey, which looks at attitudes towards cycling and cyclists, and then half of all ADIs will go into a comparison control group, and that group will have nothing to do until October. You will, if you're in that group, complete the baseline survey and then wait, and then end of September, start of October, you'll be sent another survey, which will be similar to the first, around your attitudes and perceptions, and then you'll gain access to the course. The other group will be of immediate access to the course, and will be it's a 2-hour online training module, which we would like people to complete. I won't give you any I'm not allowed to give you any sort of sneak peeks into the content apart from this contents page. But to give you a broad overview, there are 4 lessons which concentrate on sort of sharing the road, that sort of calm, predictable environment we're all looking for, what the law and the highway code says about cycling and driving, the national standards for driving and cycling. So obviously you have a national standard for driving, there is a national standard for cycling and cycle training as well, so we look at the similarities between those, and then finally sort of a large topic around the sort of practicalities of sharing the road around junctions, side roads, roundabouts, etc. How to spot a trained cyclist and an untrained cyclist, and what to do around each of those, and indeed what we teach, what the National Standard for Cycling teaches cyclists to do, why they may be at some points in the middle of the lane, and how cyclists communicate, etc. So that is a very broad overview of it, and in addition to the online training, there is a practical training element which we are offering to charge to 400 ADIs. Now, this practical training takes place in England only, in 8 different cities, and hopefully some of you will be near those. And it's a 3.5-hour practical module on bikes. You don't have to ride a bike to take part. You can go along. If you're unable to ride for whatever reason, that's fine. You can engage through questioning, conversations, and observations. Whilst riding is preferable, it's not essential. And those training centres are Exeter, Bristol, Oxford, London, Cambridge, Norwich, York, and Manchester. There we go. I think that's 8. If not, they are listed on the site. So so that's the training, the online and the practical, and we're asking for at least 4,000 sign-ups so we can get a really good comparison and some really good feedback on the impact and the efficacy of the training, and we hope that it will be a useful piece of CPD. Hopefully learner drivers and ADIs will learn something. Hopefully it will be a really good point for some self-reflection and another touch point just to improve cooperation in shared road space, and hopefully you'll start to see quite a lot of noise about this project through your membership body, through social media, and through other means. That's it in terms of content from me. I noticed there's a few questions which I'll probably stop sharing my screen and go to, but I don't know, Howard, if you wanted to jump in and say anything from your experience on working on the project, or shall we go straight to questions?
I haven't only been working on the project. I've actually, when I was head of road safety for the biggest chauffeur organisation in Europe, I had to do this course as well for behalf of the chauffeurs, and the chauffeurs did it with me. And I had to cycle from Westminster, across Westminster Bridge, around the big roundabout of the Elephant and Castle, and all the way down to Lambeth on this course. And it was good fun. It really was. You might think, good grief, I don't want to be dealing with city traffic, but the trainers that are with you, the guys that are facilitating this, are really expert in their field. Believe me, they are. And there is an awful lot that an ADI can learn from this and take it back to the car and be able to have first-hand experience of and have a better understanding of being able to explain the sharing of road space with cyclists, because we all get the youngsters in the car and they start shouting, what that cyclist do that for? But once you've done this course yourself, if you go on this course, and I strongly recommend you do, you will have all the answers that anybody can throw at you, including why cyclists don't always use cycle lanes, etc. There's all sorts of information and bits and pieces, and especially some observation cues that are shown to you to spot a experienced and trained rider and an untrained rider, which if you are training in the car, when you do your what you call ramp, your road ahead anticipation mirrors and pupil. So you're looking at your pupil and trying to ascertain what they're going to respond to in terms of cyclists and things ahead. Once you've done this cycle savvy course, you'll have so much more observational skills, be a lot more alert to anything that's going around your vehicle, and you will pass that on to the students. They will start being a lot more observant because of your wherewithal from doing this course. And I strongly recommend, if you can sign up for it, you sign up for it, because I mean, I'm head of road safety at the DIA, and I regard what I did with that chauffeur company as very integral to the training that I delivered to my students when I still had my driving school for a considerable amount of time afterwards. And I really strongly recommend that you do this. That's sold it for you, Ben, didn't it? Where's he gone?
Right, absolutely, yes, yeah. Yeah,
but it's true. It's absolutely true. Absolutely true what I'm saying. I've done it.
And hopefully it's a good fun. It's a very interactive and enjoyable course. Hopefully it takes people sometimes out of the comfort zone, but always within a properly risk managed environment. So yeah, any questions from anyone who's joined the call?
Got a couple of hands raised. I don't know if Ruth and Natalie, if you've got a question, did you want to pop it in the Q&A box there? Or if anybody else has got any, feel free to pop them in there. I'll just check on the Facebook stream as well and see if anyone's put anything in there.
But this has all gone live, Ben, I understand. It started on the 7th of May, I believe, did it not?
Yeah, that was the original launch date. It actually launched on the 10th, so okay. Monday afternoon, this week, after a couple of issues which needed sorting at the very last minutes.
Okay. So all the information to actually sign up for an ADI, can they sign up as a PDI? Have they got to be an ADI? Can they be a potential driving instructor who's still training? Is there anything with the efficacy of the monitoring of the course? It says it can't be anything other than ADI. Can a PDI do it too?
PDIs can do it too. Yes.
Yeah. Good. Okay. All right. Is this open up just for the ADI, or can the motorcyclists do it too?
So just for ADIs at the moment, we haven't addressed to motorcycle instructors, but it's certainly a thing to take, a question to take away for the next phase. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's not any questions coming through at the moment. Obviously, people can send them in at a later date if you want to. Obviously, I know some people will be watching this as it's recorded afterwards as well. So yeah, still, feel free to send your questions in, and so Benjamin shared the link of where you go to sign up, but we'll post some things as well, so you can find how to get to it. And if you're not sure, just get in contact and ask us.
Yeah, great. And hopefully all the information that people will need is on that homepage and then on the registration page as well. But anything else, get in contact with Tom or the contact us part of the website as well, and we'll pick that up.
Good. Okay. Well, if there's anything else you want to add, we've got
we have a question.
Yeah, about rolling out to the LGV driving instructors as well. I mean, you said you're not doing it yet for the motorcyclists, but there's been a lot of publicity about the LGV guys having trouble, especially in London, and they now have to have additional cameras and security measures fitted to vehicles to drive in London. We're not just talking about London, because you've mentioned Bristol and Oxford and Norwich and Manchester. Is it going to be open for LGV instructors, or can actually LGV instructors sign up for it?
So yeah, it's a good question. I mean, LGV instructors are very welcome to sign up for it as well. Just a thing on the LGV front. So as part of the professional drivers have their, so not driving instructors, but drivers have their sort of 35 hours CPC, don't they, every 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
Now one of those courses that they can do is the Safe Urban Driving course, which I don't know if you've heard of, or hopefully some of the ADIs in attendance would have, which is quite a similar course to this in many ways. It's an exchange in places. It's a 7-hour rather than the 3.5 hour, but it's in terms of practical. But yeah, they have a 3.5 hour sort of theory session in the classroom around sharing the road with vulnerable road users, not just people on cycles, but horse riders and motorcyclists, etc. And then they have a 3.5 hour practical session where the drivers go out on bikes themselves. Obviously, you have a quick run through in an off-road environment to make sure that everyone can control the cycle, but then it's out into the local environment to experience it on two wheels. To promote that empathy, I think, understanding what it's like to ride a cycle and in traffic, so you can hopefully better preempt the actions of those around you, and feedback from those guys to deliver quite a few of those. Feedback from those courses was always really, really good. Whilst people may not have been up for it right at the start, at the end of it, after taking part, every driver that I spoke to did feel like they learnt something and enjoyed it. So, I mean, our vision at the Trust is to get as much training as we possibly can at every level. So obviously from children in schools all the way through to learner drivers, professional drivers, and driving instructors. So yeah, we're trying just to and with the grand aim of in promoting calm road spaces and predictable road spaces, which should hopefully have an impact on the KSI statistics as well, and everybody's journey actually being a far more pleasant experience. So lofty aims. This is one part of one project to try and achieve those, and thank you for your support if you're able to sign up and take part, and again many thanks to the DIA and to yourself, Tom and Howard, for all your support over the last few months and years actually, Howard. And Tom, but we're here now, and very much looking forward to the to evaluating it and seeing what impact it has.
You're mentioning about ADIs all the time here, Ben, but we have got one area of training that doesn't have to have an ADI to do it, and that's the car and trailer type of training. Can the trainers of B+E also sign up for this, or they've got to be on a register or on a monitored register? Can they do it too?
Yeah, they have to have that ADI number, unfortunately. So yeah,
they do. Okay, all right. Okay, no problem. All right. But the course you just mentioned about the CPC, I was delivering CPC in Barking to an organisation, and this organisation had lots of panel vans, and they had two 7.5 ton vans, two 7.5 ton trucks. And I was delivering CPC on something else to do with fours, and the guys, I mentioned this course to them, and everyone laughed at it. And I said, well, it's not funny. The two 7.5 ton guys both stood up and they said, we've done this course. And one of them was a big guy, and he said, look, lads, I haven't ridden a bike for 32 years, he said, and they put me on a bike. They made sure I could ride it. I kept up on it, he said, and I now actually have bought a bike and I go out cycling, he said, because I enjoyed it so much. And that was what he said to them all. And they just shut up straight away.
It's a brilliant piece of feedback.
Yeah, it was good. Oh, yeah. But these guys hadn't ridden bike for ages, and they said they thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah. It's good.
Being on a bike is a very, very enjoyable thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, indeed. Okay, Ben, well, if you have nothing else to add to this, and we'll forward any questions to you that come through to us. Questions can come through to us at, if you can't get them to Ben or through the website, send them to us at support@driving.org. They'll come through to me and Tom, and we can pass them on to Benjamin if we need to, if that's the situation. And if there's anything where you can't get hold of Ben and you want an answer to something, then we can get hold of Benjamin for you and then relay the answer back to you if need be. So because we're very much behind wanting to get as many ADIs into this scheme as we can, because it is CPD and it is going to help you to start delivering more emphasis on what we call the GDE matrix, and start you to help you with behavioral challenges with the students and take them into levels 3 and levels 4 of the GDE matrix instead of sticking them at level 2 at the driving test level. So this is really very good CPD if you can do it, and will certainly benefit you for a long, long time to come. So thank you, Ben, for sharing this with us and letting us be part of this, because this is really a big benefit to our industry. It really is. A lot of people don't realize that yet, but I've been on it and I realize what the benefit is. So it is a big benefit to people who can sign up to it.
Great, thank you for that
Okay.
ringing.
Yeah, so there's no more questions. I think we'll finish it there. So yeah,
Great.
Thanks very much for attending, everyone. Thanks, Benjamin. And yeah, as I said, any questions, just let us know. Okay.
Great, thank you.
All right then. Thanks for today.
Thanks.
Cheers,
Bye bye.
Great.